Freelancing is like drowning, and then when you finally get to the life raft, it's dramatically and fiercely impaled by a narwhal. Then it sinks. What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Kendra from Kendra Epic Photography. So today we're going to be talking about when to turn down a job offer as a freelance artist. Breaks my heart because we don't make enough money as it is. But in some cases there are opportunities arise that might not be the right choice for where you're at in your career, etc., etc. I'm gonna go through 3 pillars of success that I think will help you decide whether or not this job is gonna be the right fit for you. It's the holy trinity. It's fire, earth, and water. No, that doesn't work because there's 4 of those. It's the 3 little pigs. I just want to make this very clear. I am not the first person to say this. I did not make up this holy trinity of thinking thoughts for accepting jobs. I have heard this a couple times throughout my career from different people, from different mentors, different teachers, and I thought I would share it with you because I think it has been honestly so helpful for me when making decisions about what work I take and maybe what work I would turn down. I made this chart to help clarify your thoughts moving forward. There are always other things to consider in the next stage of your thought process. But these are just 3 thinking points for when you are offered a job and you are wondering whether or not it's the right fit for you. So these 3 pillars are funding, network, and experience. Notice how I didn't say exposure. So now that we know what these 3 pillars of success are, we have to start learning how to balance them. Well, let's start with the obvious. You are offered a job in your field and they are compensating you appropriately for the amount of work that you will be doing. Amazing! We love that. That's it. First pillar, check. You've already got that one. From here, of course, there's other things you want to consider, but that's later on. But initial reaction, yeah, that sounds good to me. The next thing we want to think about is experience. Let's say you were offered a job, they are probably lowballing you a little bit, but say it's an opportunity that you have never experienced before. Say this is a new element of your field and you feel like it would be a good experience to actually take this job. That is something that you're gaining from taking that job. So potentially working for something that's a little bit lower than your normal rate might be an okay decision to make. And the last thing we are considering is network. Now, network is always tricky because I'm sure, hands down, every freelancer has come across an opportunity where someone offers them exposure for the work that they're doing. That's definitely a red flag for me. Usually that's a sign of someone wanting to take advantage of your work, but there is something to be said about making connections. A lot of times when I'm working, I find that if I'm in the right place, it leads to another opportunity. So if an offer is presented to you and you are gaining no funds, no experience, and no network, maybe let's not take that job. Let's say another job is offered to you. The funds are a little bit lower than you would normally accept for your rates, but maybe it's a specific type of work that you've never done before, so you're gaining experience from that. So maybe that balances out the funds a little bit, and maybe it's a really large company that you will be able to network with other employers, other workers, etc., etc., and maybe you're gaining something from that too. So it kind of balances out the lower funds. The same works for all 3. So if you have a lot of funds coming in, but you aren't gaining experience from this, say it's a type of, for example, photography that you do all the time, you're always doing this type of photography and they're paying you sufficiently for your work, you're not really networking, but the funds are there. Obvious decision. Let's say I've never shot a concert before. It's a really small venue. I'm gaining a lot of experience from that because I will learn how to maneuver through the crowds. I will learn what angles are best, what lighting, what exposure. I'm gaining something from that in experience. So maybe if the price is maybe a little bit lower than what I normally charge, I'm not saying like peas and carrots for this gig, but maybe it's lower than my average rate for something that I'm comfortable and familiar in. Maybe accept that type of job offer once or twice. Then from there, you can establish that you have experience in this type of work. So maybe next time you won't take that job. And these triangles and these pillars might look different for every job. So these are just 3 things to think about when you're offered an opportunity. This shouldn't be be-all end-all for your decision making, but I definitely think this is a good thing to think about when you're initially reacting to a job offer, and you really want to take some time to consider what you're gaining from it and what you will be able to offer the client. I really hope this helped with your decision-making process. Thank you so much for tuning into my video. I'm sending you all lots of love. Take care, stay safe, stay healthy. I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Exposure is not paying my bills. Pay me for what I do. Don't ask me to work for exposure, because I will not take that job.